In this video, we're talking all about how to motivate light and build a scene. I always start with looking at the scene very logically. I break it up into different sections, which helps with a lot of different things. And by sections, I mean forward to back from camera. So start at the camera, start right in front of the camera, work there. Should there be light here? At what I'm seeing, should there be light? If the answer is no, get rid of it. If the answer is yes, how much light? What kind of light? These are all the questions that I ask, and I do this all the way through the image. So with this image, straight in the front, there's texture on the door. Should I see the door? I think yes. I think seeing the door helps a little bit. I think seeing through the door is interesting. It's a frame within a frame. So I think yes, I will put light on the door. I don't think it'll be a lot of light. It definitely won't be the light that's currently there, but it will be some light. Let's move into the space. There's a little bit of the bed. I don't need to see the bed. I don't really care what happens on the bed. If some light happens to get on the bed, great. It just needs to come from the same direction as the key light. And now I get to the subject in my frame. The subject and the background are pretty much the same in this shot. They're so close together that they are virtually the same. So yes, the subject absolutely needs light and I need to see. It's at night, they're looking off screen, so I think I'm gonna key them with the television. I think I'm going to do that for a couple reasons. One, because it'll create some color contrast with the blue kind of TV key light hitting the subject and the orange lamp, which I still see in frame, acting as a practical for an edge light. I think that's my workflow. I think that's what I'm going to do. So now that I've done that process and I've worked front to back, I'm going to put 3 lights in because I just defined where I'm going to put them. And this is what I'm saying about motivating a scene and building it out. I just built the scene. I'm gonna motivate everything in some capacity. It's not in the shot, so it's not motivation in that way, it's motivation in another way. It's that there's something in that, everything in that scene makes sense. All the light will make sense. I'm gonna do this scene with 3 AMRAM P60Cs. They're all the exact same fixture, and they'll all do a great job with their grids of creating little pools of light. So the first little pool of light is going to be right on the door. I'm gonna put a light right next to kind of the door, a little bit on a high angle, not too much. I'm a big fan of high angles, so I'm just gonna do it a little bit. And that's gonna hit the door just enough to bring some texture into the door so that the audience knows it's a door and that they'll understand where the position of the camera is. If I don't do that, they might not understand, is this, a door? Where are we looking? How are we looking? What is the purpose of the shot? Giving a little bit of texture to that door is just enough. It's all we need. We don't need more, we don't need less, just a little bit. Next, I'm gonna put a stand right in front of the TV. There is actually a TV working. I bothered my girlfriend for this shot and she was just watching TV and I was like, I'll make it work. You do that and I'll make the rest work. So I put a stand right in front of the TV. So there is a little bit of TV light already happening. I'm just going to amplify. I'm gonna do the filmmaker thing and amplify that. I'm going to make that seem like reality even though it is not reality, even though the TV is not that bright and it can't do that. So this stand will go right in front of the TV at another high angle just to get the light up and over the bed and just straight onto the subject. The last light is going to just push some of that lamp onto the subject and just skip right off of the subject. So the first thing we'll start with is the practical in frame, which I do actually have one, and it's that lamp. The way the lamp is hitting the shades is just, it's too aggressive, it's too finite. I don't like anything about it. So I'm just gonna suffocate the lamp with some gaff tape. This looks like a monstrosity on the bulb, but on camera, you don't see it, so it works. Now, normally, do not put gaff tape onto a light bulb. The heat of the light bulb over time will actually melt the tape onto it and you'll just have this horrible mess. But for me, I'm not gonna be using it that long. It's going to be 30 minutes top, so I'm gonna be able to get away with this. Normally, you wanna use cinefoil. Cinefoil is a much better alternative because that is a black aluminum foil. It will not melt onto the light bulb. Okay, after the practicals are done, I work back to front, and we're gonna just play off that practical by putting an AMRAM P60C at a warm color temperature similar to the bulb and just edging the subject a little bit, just pushing that light, just amplifying that light a little bit. Then we're gonna deal with the key light, and that's gonna be another P60C set to TV mode at a high speed at a decent brightness, and that's going to give us the key light hitting the subject. So now we have a pretty convincing shot that the subject is indeed watching TV from bed. And then so the last thing we have is looking at this foreground. And now I just pop in this light and see where is this working for me? Where does this kind of make sense? And that's it. That's how I motivate light and build out a scene. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.